We are 5 Live. I'm BobbyT.
And I'm Martin.
And I'm Steve Duetzmann.
And today we are going to do some fantasy bookings for the WWE. Are you ready?
Yes. As ready as I'll... No, not really.
He's not ready.
He's not. Alright, so we have some fantasy bookings we're going to do today. We have Steve Duetzmann from Engage Family Gaming with us. He saw our Brazango video and said, wait a minute, I have an idea. Got to get it done. And here we are.
Yeah, realistically, I saw you do it, and I said, if you can, anyone can.
Hey, BobbyT can do it.
Yes.
So it must be easy. And I immediately had an idea about Titus Worldwide.
Okay.
Which is more than Vince McMahon has ever had.
Pretty much. Only thoughts he ever has about Titus is the time where he's like, "You're fired for grabbing my arm. You're gonna wrestle in a Punjabi prison."
And then someone let him know that he just won like Dad of the Year.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it was like a total act of chivalry.
Yeah, and it's like, you're not fired. You're suspended for grabbing my arm. You're gonna find a Punjabi prison.
I think that's the first time someone's ever been unfired by Vince McMahon. I think that moment.
It's less about Titus
Mm-hmm.
than it is about just the idea of, I just like that idea. The idea of a brand. Because in today's world, everything's about branding and that. So I just like the idea.
I'm wearing a 5 Live shirt. You're wearing an Engage Family Gaming.
Yeah, exactly. I am a brand. So as a result, I'm totally into...
And your Engage Family banana hammock was like...
That's on the secret merch.
That's a special page.
That's the special. We don't do those giveaways very often. Being that I am a brand and they're really leaning into it, I'm interested and I'm enjoying myself. But I don't think they're leaning hard enough into the making it a brand. So, what I wanted to do was put down some notes about where I think they could go, and I did that as like a little thought exercise after I saw your brilliant Brizongo nonsense. It's nonsense because everything's nonsense.
It's all nonsense.
Right? So
we're talking about grown men jumping around in a ring pretending to hate each other.
Oh, trust me, I talk about and write about video games and board games. It's about as heavy as it gets. So I started and I said, you know what, I was going to pitch this to you and be like, listen, you got to get me on the show. You're not that far away, and I want to talk about this. So this is my idea. Right now, they're kind of disorganized, right? Here we are. We're filming this.
I do want to say, for a matter of time reference, where we're at right now is last night on Raw, Akira Tozawa beat Neville for the Cruiserweight title in an impromptu title match.
What was an amazing match.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
That was a good match.
It was impromptu. It happened. From my understanding, it's still going to happen at SummerSlam. They're still going to have their SummerSlam. It's going to be a pre-show match, but it's going to be Tozawa coming in as champion. So as we know it right now, that's what's happening. So if anything changes between now and then,
and you know what?
This is
actually doesn't. I had written my notes days ago, but the fact that he won a belt last night actually does not change anything. Because as part of my fantasy booking, he was going to win that belt at some point.
Gotcha.
So they're ahead of me. Great. That means at least the first part of my prediction is correct.
It's coming true. Okay.
So the idea is, I want to turn them into, if I were in control, I would turn them into an actual legitimate babyface faction. And this is how I would do it.
Just like me.
So this is how, it's going to go...
You guys are children of the 90s with your faction wars. That's the problem.
Love it.
But it's eventually going to go all to hell. But in the beginning, it's going to be the faciest, most obnoxious faces I can imagine. This is how I want them to do it. First, they obviously have a champion, and they're going to go on a recruiting spree. Specifically, I'm going to have them go after two people that, one of them being Dana Brooke. She's probably going to join them anyway. It looks like they've been kind of moving in that direction. But I actually like her a lot, and I think that she would fit in well with them. She could valet, she could be a manager, she could just kind of hang out. She gives the faction an entry into the women's division without them having to scoop anybody new. They've already done writing. Why not just take their writing and put it into my stuff? The other person that I want to get is R-Truth. And there's two reasons for that. One is I'm just amused by R-Truth's entrances. The rap, I get hyped for that because I'm a serious mark for him.
Okay.
So just let it...
So you're the guy who's yelling, "What's up?"
You're
the one
guy. How about this? I yell, "What's up?" at home. alone. Because I just think it's funny. Also,
Oh, that's where yelling
older.
"What's up by yourself" ends. Alone.
Exactly. So he's older. He's probably, he's nearing the sunset of his career, if not the exact end, because it looks
I
like
think this might be it.
Yeah, Elias Sampson looks like he may be ending him.
Yeah.
But he could stop wrestling and still be part of this group because he could come out and rap.
Be a ballet.
People like him. Somebody other than me in that arena says what's up. So, and the idea is they're going to be a group that's all about supporting each other, about unity, and it's really all about, the big key is mutual support.
Okay.
The way they
Face support.
Face support. No. This is how they do it. They as a group, instead of, they're all going to have their individual gimmicks, right? They're not just going to meld together and be like the NWO or some other nonsense. They're all going to be their individual characters, but they're going to have their matches are all going to have a very specific flow. Their music will hit, they'll come out, they'll do their thing.
Are they going to share music too?
No.
Okay.
Everybody's going to have their own individual thing. Dana Brooke is country strong,
Okay.
whatever. Everybody's going to have their own
Is
thing.
that her thing?
Yeah, she's country strong.
Is that what it is?
No, I thought that was Braun.
That was Braun Strowman, wasn't it?
No. Didn't she?
He's got. Oh, it says Carolina Strong.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah,
on his tattoo.
because he's from Elena's Muff, North Carolina.
Okay, so
Janitor's
the
Tank,
matches
North
will
Carolina.
have this cadence. Person's music hits. As soon as they get to the ring, then Titus Worldwide music hits. All of the members of Titus Worldwide will come out, pull out chairs, and they will sit at the top of the ring.
Like leather chairs, or like would that be like a luxury VIP?
It's
kind
gonna
of thing?
start. It's gonna start relatively simple, I am sure, and it's gonna be the chairs that they hit each other with in the back. And they're just gonna be up there. Eventually, maybe it could be director's chairs. Maybe it could get fancy. I don't know. It depends on where they want to go with it.
Steal those from the Miz.
Exactly, steal from the Miz. And the idea is one of them, and it could be the same person every week. I don't know. Is going to come down with one of those crazy mics that you see at not mics, cameras you see at conventions with like the stabilizers. And they're going to go and they're going to live stream from that person's perspective every match on some proprietary channel.
Out.
So
That's that works actually. Today I was just listening to Jericho's podcast. He had Breezango on, and they were talking about how they got over and really they were kind of strapped together because they had nothing going on, and they used the WWE.com to really build the Fashion Police, and that's what made them. So it's actually interesting that you're saying what you're saying, because it would make sense.
Yeah.
Seeing that it's already worked for Breezango, let's try this with these guys. That might work.
And it ties into the nonsense that will happen later, because eventually all good things turn bad. So they're going to film every match, live stream every single one. And that's just going to be how their matches work. Their characters will have individual feuds and do their thing, but for the most part, you can always count on Titus and his people being at the top and one person ringside. They're not going to get involved. They're not going to do any of the Healy stuff. They're just, that's the way they work. They all clap for each other. It's all super supportive. Now, that's the setup. The first thing they're going to do after they recruit wide is they're going to go after Jason Jordan. They're going to try and recruit him. He's a hot new guy. They're trying to push him. And they're going to come, I think, at least internalizing it. They see he needs something. And they think he's a reasonable recruit. He just said no to Miz and the Miz Taraj, obviously, because he's a face and they're bad guys. So they're going to say, well, why don't you come with us? Because we're obviously not bad guys. And he's going to say no at first because he might not know. Titus has a history. I mean, people know these things. It's not like it was that long ago.
He puked into a hat.
Yeah. Titus. So he's going to say no.
I saw that footage recently.
I'm going to do my own thing. And they are, and they're going to say, fine, no hard feelings. And 5 minutes later, the Miz Taraj is going to be beating the crap out of him, and Titus Worldwide is going to save him. They'll feud for a little while, and eventually, and I think this is probably going to happen anyway, I think Jason is going to take the Intercontinental title from the Miz.
Yeah, that seems almost inevitable.
And I think that it would be cool if he did that with the moral support from Titus Worldwide. If they did that means they have both the Cruiserweight title and the Intercontinental title in the same house, at which point they could have a huge coming out party, and I could totally imagine them throwing a party after a thing, streaming it on Facebook,
that makes sense.
and just have a wild backstage party where they're just celebrating like a Super Bowl win, because that's a big deal.
Kevin Owens get hit in the face with pie again?
No, because because they're on Raw and Kevin Owens is
Not
on
interested.
SmackDown.
Well, then, no.
Well, look, Kevin Owens just appeared on an episode of Being Elite, so
Look, it's nice. It's nice for you to show up, but I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
I'm leaving.
it's just Kevin Owens.
It's
shows up.
somehow one alive. I don't know.
So, all right. So at this point they have two guys. At which point there's a number of different directions that it could go. I imagine that they would also go wide and try and pick up some more guys that might be cast-offs. Again, all faces. They're going to go after the tag titles eventually. My thought would be that they do have Apollo Crews under there, and they could find a guy to go with him. They could either have it be Jason Jordan,
I was just about to
they could have it
say.
be Jason Jordan with it's not, he wouldn't be the first guy that's had two belts, or they could find somebody else that either I don't know because I'm not an NXT guy, so they could bring somebody up. There's a number of options.
See, I feel like so thinking about this, I actually feel like the route to take would be to put Jordan with Cruz right away. Get them to get the tag titles so that you can kind of have more of a unity
Sure.
play. Then push them for the IC
Sure.
title.
I think that
Get a little more evil out of the Miz,
sure.
basically.
I mean that would work too, and I don't think that would be completely out of line. It's the only issue with that is depending on the timing on that, the Raw Tag Team Championships. I mean, getting them away from what is this new union, whatever the heck it is, because I'm sure
My
they're
favorite tag team?
The New Shield.
the new Shield, the mini Shield.
No,
two-thirds of the
oh,
Shield.
I'm
Bar.
sorry.
Your favorite tag team is the Bar. And
You like the
it
Bar?
is also my favorite
Love
tag
it.
team.
They are
Favorite
good,
tag.
but I have a feeling. I mean, they built that Shield reunion thing up a little bit too much for them to just
Oh no!
wipe.
Rounds and Ambrose are taking the belt.
Oh, yeah, they're going to win it.
Happens.
But that doesn't say anything.
It doesn't
for the
stop
fact.
the Bar.
Yeah.
The Bar is really good.
They're awesome. Sheamus and I love that Cesaro does not drink for nothing. Apparently.
Yeah. Yep.
Did you watch that ride along?
Yeah.
Do you watch Ride Along at all on the
I
network?
don't know.
They talk about the scene where they were in a bar and Cesaro was holding a Guinness, and it was he was supposed to take a sip, and everybody is behind the camera like bated breath, like he's gonna do it, he's gonna take the sip, and he puts it up to his mouth. They go cut. He puts the drink right down. Everyone just yeah.
Really drinks coffee?
Devout non-drinker.
Yeah.
So I agree. It could go either way with the IC and the tag titles, but that's clearly going to happen. And we move forward. And, as time passes, as we move on, I think that they're going to be built around Jason Jordan as, like, their premier guy.
Does this stay a Raw branded thing? Because
Yes.
you keep saying, like you say, wide. I know what you're saying.
When I
casting
say
a
wide,
net.
I mean getting more dudes that are. So when I say wide, I mean wide versus tall. Meaning, if they were going tall, they would go and try and get like John Cena, or somebody that is bigger.
Someone big.
Rather than that, get lower card guys that can just bring each other together and support each other.
Makes sense.
Again, moving in on it's kind of a double-edged sword. One, giving all these people something to do, right? That's one of the reasons why the
That's the big
Miz-Taraj
deal.
exists, to give those two guys something to do.
That couldn't have happened.
Yeah.
To two better dudes, to
Yeah.
guys that were floundering.
Now they have a thing, and they have a thing pretty much forever.
Yeah.
Because Miz is never going away. They could be the Miz-Taraj forever.
Yeah.
Even if he turns into a good guy somehow. He could just have homies. It's fine.
I think Bo Dallas is the best. Curtis Axel, I think, was good in joining the Miz-Taraj, and it kind of made sense. Bo Dallas did a complete 180. I hated Bo leaving Bo, but I kind of saw that there was something there,
No,
we talked about this a lot.
Him with the aviator glasses is just perfect.
Well, even before that, when they were having all the Wyatt family problems, we had talked multiple times going, he should probably show up as a Wyatt member. Like, he was starting to grow the beard.
Yeah.
It was kind of looked like it was veering in that direction. He was getting the dark circles under the eyes, and then the Miz thing happened. Fucking perfect.
Yeah.
Love it.
The Miz thing is great. So
It's awesome.
So, but that's my thought, is right, like, they could go wide and just get stuff, have stuff for guys to do, and the reality is, they could be part of Titus Worldwide and not necessarily wrestle every night. You could be there and wear the t-shirt.
It's NWO.
Yeah, exactly. The idea is, that's not exactly where I'm going, but it still works, right?
My concept is the NWO.
You wear the t-shirt, but that doesn't mean you wrestle every night.
Nope.
You're just part of the team. Because it is built all around Jason Jordan. He's going to get close. He's going to get into the main event picture. They're obviously pushing him there.
Yeah.
So you may as well drag
They want
these guys
him to
with
go
him. But he's never going to make it. He's going to lose clean every time. He's going to get close, touch greatness, and then lose.
To Roman Reigns.
Always.
Always to Roman Reigns.
Roman wins.
Sure. And so, over time, what will build up, because again, they're going to have this recruitment ceremony, this recruitment process. My thought is they're going to go after everybody. I think that if they just will only get the low-end guys.
Yeah.
They'll have like a shtick for recruiting people. They'll leave you a present with a t-shirt in it or something, and some people throw it in the trash. But they'll go to everybody, because why not?
Like our jean shorts.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, and eventually they recruit what I thought, and I talked to you about this in our pre-show meeting, my suggestion was they recruit Dolph Ziggler, who's left.
Love it.
He left SmackDown, he's taking a break, and he comes back. Now, everybody knows Dolph Ziggler. I mean, he is famous for being a heel, but he's been a face before too. So he's going to come in with them, and he is going to be absolutely a face, but problematic. Occasionally, he'll thumb
Dolph Ziggler.
He'll be Dolph Ziggler. Thumb to the eye, grab the tights, little stuff.
Austin Aries will be so pissed.
Yeah. So little stuff. And the theme that will slowly be building with these guys is they're never going to use the word loyalty. I want to be super clear on this. They will never use the word loyalty. It's all about unity.
Okay.
Not loyalty. Loyalty can be twisted for evil. Unity, not so much. It's kind of like it's kind of like the Ronin warriors, like the things that can be turned bad are turned bad. No, this one is like they say unity.
Unity. Makes
you
sense.
gotta back your guys' play. And so when he does it, Titus says, "Man, you can't do that. But listen, I got you. I'll cover for it. We'll do the PR thing." At one point, he's going to screw up so bad he's going to have to make a public apology on Facebook on like a Wednesday, in a suit with Titus behind him.
And it'll be really, with that, it'll be themed after whoever just recently apologized for whatever someone just recently did. Like,
totally
that plays into the news immediately.
Exactly. They could absolutely script it that way. And Dolph Ziggler absolutely could do that, do the sincere apology that's like, really, guys, I'm not apologizing. But, and this is all going to continue, and I don't have all the details. I know some of these fantasy bookings go into the nitty-gritty. I don't know everything. They're going to beef, and they're going to do their normal stuff, and this will just continue until Money in the Bank 2018. And here's what's going to happen. Jason Jordan and Dolph Ziggler will both be entered into the match. Now, Jason Jordan is going to be the dude that was put in there, and Dolph Ziggler is going to do some Kevin Owens shenanigans to get put in.
Okay. Maybe he could be a play-in.
Yeah, it'll be like a play-in. It will not, like, Jason Jordan will be like an automatic include, and then he'll do the tournament thing or something. He'll get himself in, so there's two of them. As is standard, two of those guys are in a match, so all the guys are standing up at the top.
That's how it would
There's
go.
a guy filming. Titus is going to be down at the ring because this guy, both of his guys are in there, and he's excited because that means they got a 1/3 chance to win, and it's going to get close. Jason's going to climb the ladder, and Titus is going to run in, knock the ladder over, and all of them are just going to lay finishers into Jason Jordan.
We were talking about this New Japan style.
Japan
Everybody gets a hit.
I'm talking like Dana Brooke puts a finisher on him.
Oh my God.
She's country strong, which I'm sorry. Wasn't like that Mickey James'
That was
thing?
Mickey James' thing.
It was,
Maybe
yeah.
I might be confusing it, but she has a thing. She has a gimmick. By then,
Get out. I said come with facts.
we're talking about a bunch of dudes rolling around in their underwear.
I'm sorry. I just can't believe Dana Brooke has a thing.
She has a thing. By then, she will absolutely have a thing. Even if
Yeah,
she doesn't now,
build-
by then
build
she
it,
will.
build it.
Because, and she's not, I mean, she'll
Her
be
thing is
trying.
she does like cartwheels at the top, right? That's what she
Her
does.
thing is that I absolutely love her.
I'm in love with Dana Brooke myself. We gotta.
Mine is an irrational thing. The only female wrestler that I love more than her is the goddess, because I really, really love her. You don't like her? Here's the thing.
I would push her into a vat of acid.
Okay, so here's the thing. I really, really, really like. My wife is gonna watch this. She's gonna get real mad at me, but I really like bitchy chicks.
Okay.
And she is the absolute bitchiest chick. That's why I like Charlotte when she's bad.
I like villain Charlotte.
I like chicks who can actually wrestle and don't get hot-shotted for random reasons.
Yeah, I'd probably say my favorite. Right, I think the pure wrestler lately has been Sasha Banks.
Sasha Banks.
See, now that actually plays into your thing. Like they could kind of go for her.
They could.
You know who would be a good play once they go heel is freaking Nia Jax, who always gets this close.
They could. Well, and then that's the
never
next step.
goes over.
So they're gonna finish. So they're obviously gonna lay out Jason Jordan. Absolutely, not just betray him.
Yeah.
But like
Destroy.
Make a statement because again, this is all about their
Salt
brand.
his
Unity.
fields.
It's unity.
This is all about unity, and they're gonna just drop it in Ziggler's lap outside the ring.
You're gonna hear the lamentations of his wife.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that would actually be pretty good because they've already with the way that they just did the women's title, with someone else gave it to them.
Yeah, it's gonna be that. It's gonna be super gross.
It'll be Dana Brooke giving it to him.
That would be great.
They gotta
That'd be
switch
great.
it around.
That'd be great. I'm fine with it. And then
It just got real to Martin.
and then they're just gonna be. Then they're gonna do everything exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
Few differences to their gimmick, right? Like as a group, music hits, dude goes down. They're all gonna stand at the top. They're very rarely going to stay at the top.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, never.
Those chairs may as well be on rollers.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is they don't live stream the videos. No. They tape them. Somehow they just get edited in the back, and they are posted a minute after the match is done.
But not
and whenever and they're not going to say anything about it. And anytime anyone asks them about why is there, and it's going to be horribly edited. Like they're going to have like some intern
Starway.
like it's going to be
Starway.
and so they're going to deliberately.
You know there are other lives besides Starway.
And it's going to look like a completely clean match. So they're going to have to like creative camera work. Like they're always going to be
creative
behind.
cutting.
They're going to be behind the rope at the absolute like right moment.
Can they have a do-back come in or?
Sure. So and then that'll just continue. And anytime anybody asks them, they're just going to say, "Oh, it's just a delay." It's bad Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
My wife and I always talk about Big Brother. We watch Big Brother, and it's all about the edit.
Yeah.
So when you see the live version, like my mother would watch just the TV version, and she'd go, "Oh, this guy's a jerk," or that guy's a jerk," and then I go, "Well, you're watching the produced version of it. Watch the unproduced version. You're gonna have a completely different opinion."
Yeah.
So that actually would be pretty interesting to just have them edit themselves
And
look
they
like faces
don't-
every time.
And they don't say a thing. But whenever they do interviews, whenever they like throw it to the Titantron, it's gonna mysteriously
The Titustron?
always be the Titustron. Sure, the Titustron. It's only gonna be their stuff with its own like Instagram backdrop. So it's gonna be obviously their footage.
That's perfect.
And they could continue that forever. Obviously, that would end with a feud between Ziggler, who, by the way, is cashing in that contract that night again, with everyone hitting their finisher on Roman Reigns.
Yeah, whoever's
whoever's
unlucky enough to be
now
champion.
I'm 100% behind this idea.
He's gonna come in and be like Roman Reigns. Dude, who likes Roman Reigns? I mean,
A lot of people apparently.
Women and children.
I don't. I have stronger. But we can talk about him afterwards.
I think he's doing his job. It's just he should maybe not.
Suffer and suck attack.
There have been
Exactly.
plenty of guys who have been thrust into the limelight that can't wrestle real good.
This is my complaint with Roman Reigns is never his ability.
No, it's
It
really
is
not.
his lack of personality that he is allowed to show. He has a personality, and if he was allowed to show it, it would be great.
I don't know why they don't. Well, it's because he's a main event guy. Like I don't know. I never understood why they didn't like play into the fact that like he has like family like literally on the show, and that only came up like once.
Yeah.
Like they're legit boys. Like they're
Well,
family. Why?
I was talking to Rikishi, you know, the Usos' father.
The Usos' father. No, yeah, it came up in that rap battle. They mentioned the Usos carry his bags.
That is good. That rap battle, as bad as it was, there were some really
that rap
good
battle
parts.
was
I love
not a rap battle. They were just playing dozens.
Yeah, no,
that
really
was
wasn't.
dozens.
Yeah.
That's fine if you're gonna play a schoolyard game. play a schoolyard game. That was not a rap
Just
battle.
call it what it is.
If you're gonna just have an insult fight until somebody, then that's fine. Those are 5 guys that could do that
So-
with a week's preparation.
All right, so I'm thinking about your booking. So now we're gonna have a Dolph Ziggler champion.
With an army of people supporting him.
Okay.
Whereas before he's had like 2, but now he has like however many.
And one-
and
So
that's
we're
just-
looking at Bullet Club
Oh, yeah.
WWE version.
And then they will very likely have to cheat to win in at least one other division.
Hey, if
Like-
it gets Tamatanga here, I'm in.
It will.
Shut up.
So that's my idea. Now, truthfully, I didn't think much beyond that, but the idea is this is how they start, and this is how they absolutely turn.
That right there is
And then,
that's
yeah.
that's a story.
Yeah,
So-
that's a whole story.
yeah.
It's like 4 stories, 3 or 4
Exactly.
stories to tell you
Yeah.
the truth.
So that's 2 pages.
Interesting.
That's 2
Okay.
pages of notes.
Very good job.
Hey, I like
Not
that.
bad for a first time. I'll come back and do more.
We'll see. This is gonna get 1 view. We'll be like, well,
It will get 1 view and it's Tamatanga.
Listen, I'll share this.
1 like, 1 view. Dislike.
I'll share it out to my millions and millions, and then
Suddenly we got The Rock on this show.
he's not the only guy that has millions and millions.
The dozens
Yes, tens.
and dozens.
Can we not mention The Rock in WWE, please? I have no problem with The Rock. I want him
Just
to
don't
stay
want him back.
far away
Yeah,
from
no,
WWE.
stay away. We're
He's
good
not-
now.
But he's not gonna.
No, I'm aware.
He's gonna
I-
have that belt at least
I
one more
can't-
time. You know that, right? Like it's gonna
I
happen.
can't wait until another 5-minute rambling promo that will ruin WrestleMania for me.
Yeah, I don't know why he really isn't as good at that as he used to be.
No,
Because he doesn't talk in the third person anymore,
but he's like, you know what?
and that really bothers me.
He's not doing it 4 or 5 days a week anymore.
He could
It's
freaking
not-
talk in the third
Yeah,
person.
You know,
He
I don't
could
know.
do it.
Maybe it just doesn't come as natural anymore. But now that we're
Whoa,
talking
whoa,
about The
whoa.
Rock.
He could absolutely do it in third. You don't think he could? You don't think he could do it?
Oh,
in third person?
he's The Rock. I'm very
No,
sure.
I'm sure.
He
I'm
can do
sure
it.
he can do it in third person.
I don't know why they don't fucking make him. Pardon my language.
Because he won't. Because that would alienate his movie fans.
There you go. He's Dwayne Johnson.
He ain't The Rock.
He's not
no
The Rock
more.
anymore. He's not even
No,
Dwayne The
no,
Rock
no.
Johnson anymore.
I think
He's
his
just
movie
Dwayne.
fans,
We all know who he is. I mean,
a lot of them are aged out wrestling fans. And
kids.
that are
They
girlfriends.
aren't.
And kids.
except wait till my daughter in like 2 years is a huge fan of The Rock because she saw him in whatever movie.
Because she loves Moana.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay,
There you go.
Moana kind of ruined some of that, but to be fair,
Let's hold on.
he was brilliant.
In no way are we disparaging Moana.
Good God, no.
No. Martin and I text each other like, watching Moana.
But
Like,
Moana's brilliant.
yeah, we
Moana's-
watch it a lot.
The thing that makes me
and-
sad about Disney Infinity's demise is that I will not
Moana.
get a Maui.
No.
Oh man.
Oh,
Well, you'll get a Maui, but it'll
Infinity
be somebody
was
else.
Yeah.
so awesome.
Okay, so
Anyway.
so that
Disney
very-
Infinity Fantasy booking.
Yeah, that was
Just
nice.
Martin's the only one interested.
Exactly.
And
I would buy.
Tamatanga.
I
Exactly.
would buy the hell out of a Maui Disney Infinity.
Right?
Yeah.
Dude, that game would be awesome. Like the play set would be pretty
Yeah,
amazing.
I would have bought the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Just pull the
Okay,
plug
so-
on that out of nowhere, I guess.
so
right?
that's Titus Worldwide. So my understanding is you guys have a fantasy booking to put up against mine to decide which is the king of the fantasy booking.
Well, we are going to do that
We will
separately.
get that next.
That is a separate. We're going to do that in separate videos. Our fantasy booking is about the New Day, and actually, Martin and I,
I don't know if you
we
guys have
agree.
heard of them.
yeah, 3 dudes,
3 guys.
they won a couple titles,
Yeah, they're not
held
bad.
it for a while.
Yeah.
Never heard of them.
So we both agree until about the 75% mark, and then we
That's usually our.
we pretty
that's
much
our-
split off at
And
that.
that's our
I
relationship
100% agree with him.
And then so we'll be doing that in our next video. But with that, we have been 5 Alive. I'm Bobby T.
I'm Martin.
And I'm Steve.
And be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram, 5AliveVP, and on Facebook, 5AliveVEEPEE, because I don't understand how Facebook works.
He does not. He's a stupid jerk face. Got any plugs you want to get
There's
in
got to
there?
be a story about that. Yeah, absolutely.
There
so,
is. We'll tell you afterwards. Martin's
Yeah, I
an
can't
idiot.
wait for
Yeah,
that.
here's the story.
Here's
So-
how Martin wasted a lot of time. It's
Wastes
like
a lot of
this
time.
is
So I am the editor-in-chief of EngagedFamilyGaming.com. We are a website on the internet where parents come together to give you the information you need to get your family game on. Yeah, I don't look at the camera.
We
This
got
is
a
an
camera
audio-
right there.
I do audio, okay?
Oh, well, we had both.
There's a camera. It's scary. Cameras are scary. So I give you the information you need to get your family game on. You can find us on EngageFamilyGaming.com. Also, just search Engage Family Gaming on every social media site available, and you'll probably find us or a placeholder that'll take you somewhere else. Thanks.
All right. And we also have, we're around in our 100 subscribers. We have a giveaway going on. That giveaway is going to be a lot of the things you see us opening on our live shows.
This table.
Not the table.
Shipping
But
on this
we're
would be
actually
a
just
real
decided
problem.
I'm going to throw a shirt in there. So there'll be a shirt in whatever size you are, a whole bunch of the things we've been opening.
This notebook.
Not my notebook.
mine.
Maybe Duetz's notebook?
Nope.
No? Okay. So, but that is, you're going to use 5 Live Toy Picks. It's
Yes.
going to be a side drawing that we're doing where
And that's for this sandal.
that it's a
Not
terrible
that
prize, but so if you get pictures of toys or you get some toys, you snap a couple pics. You got pics of your collection, some fancy pants diorama stuff. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
5 Live Toy Picks is the hashtag, and when we get our 100 subscribers on our live show, we're gonna look at those photos and we're gonna choose who the winner is right there, and that winner will also get a prize pack. So it'll be a prize pack 100 subscriber kind of day. So
Exactly. Be sure to check us out every Saturday, 5 Live Live, around 9 p.m.
yeah, usually there's always technical
Of
difficulties.
course, because
Who
that's what the
knows?
T stands
That's
for.
what T
That
stands
is what the T stands
I've learned
for.
that in the last hour.
Alright, we're good.
I think we're good.